Hiya guys, we are gonna have to talk about it. Yes, Campi flegrei. I've not spoken about it for a little while because I honestly believed that the visions I saw of the man holding the Leaning Tower of Pisa, trapped in the rubble up to his waist. I saw this after seeing a lake, which I thought was a lake of water. Why wouldn't it be a lake of water? But as I was in meditation, the Lord said to me, God said to me, that's fire. I thought, that's fire. It was a lake. It had taken over the whole street. It was coming down. It was spreading out like water. I was convinced it was water, but I was told that's fire. And then I saw the man in the rubble. Originally, when I saw the man in the rubble, it was just a devastating scene. And when I saw the tower in his hand, to me, from a distance, I was about 20 foot away from the man. It looked like a tower from the Tower of London. It looked like a tower from the Tower of London, but again, the voice of the Spirit said to me, that's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. And as soon as the voice of the Spirit said that, I could see it was the Leaning Tower of Pisa in the man's hand. Often in my visions, I get pieces of the puzzle. So I came out of that vision completely confused, because I had this vision in 2024 and I was completely confused. So I looked up Italy volcanoes, because what can make that much lava, a lake of fire? It has to be a volcano. So I looked up and I learned in that moment that Italy and Sicily and all of the surrounding area, Sicily is where the Leaning Tower of Pisa is, just underneath Italy. The whole place is literally covered in super volcanoes. The biggest one really being Campi flegrei, the Phlegrean Fields. Now I had another vision in 2007, before I was really on my spiritual journey, before I really knew what visions were, before, I just kind of took it as something that happened to me and I accepted it, that I kind of every now and again got an insight into something that was going to happen. No point shouting from the rooftops about it. The internet weren't really around then, and I didn't know what to do with the information anyway. So I just kind of kept it to myself, apart from my friends. They were very, very aware of my gifts, because it used to keep us safe all the time. But in 2007, I really wasn't too sure what I'd seen on this timeline. But on the timeline, I saw the year 2020, and I saw the world change, which it did. I then saw energetically 5 years all linked together, 2021, 22, 23, 24 to 25. Now when I got to the year 2025, I felt a huge explosion. I heard the loudest, longest, it wasn't so much the loudness of it, it was the length of the explosion, how long, it just kept going. The explosion just kept going when I got to 2025. Now from then, I saw a golden line shoot out through 2026 up to 2057. I don't know why it stopped at 2057. I'll be 70 years old at that point. That's when my driving license runs out, funnily enough. Man, you should have seen the day when I flipped my driving license over, just curious. And there on the back is the date, 2057. Oh my God. My arse fell out. I was like, oh my God, there's just so many synchronicities that just remind us of a lifelong path that we are on. So I told the world about Campi flegrei. I told the world about the vision I had seen, and I warned everyone it's coming in 2025. And I was wrong. There was lots and lots of seismic activity. There was steam coming through people's homes, melting the concrete in their homes. There was some of the biggest earthquakes ever recorded through 2025. But guys, the catalyst is coming. And the reason I'm making this video today...
In 2 miles, use the left 2 lanes to take the exit towards Plymouth Road.
The reason I'm making this video today is because Campi flegrei has just experienced its largest earthquake recorded there at 4.7. Now 4.7 may not seem like a big earthquake, say, compared to the 7.1 we've just had in Japan, or some other recorded 9.2s around the globe and stuff like that. But they've proven that this earthquake activity is caused by lava under the ground, by the volcanic activity. You see, earthquakes can be caused by tectonic plate activity, by lava activity, by build-up of gas. You see, even volcanoes aren't all the same. Sometimes you have a compression of gas that builds up, and you have this, it builds up quite slow, and you have this slow, constant kind of lava flow. That's an active volcano that just spits gently for years and years and years, because the gas can't be compressed enough. Well, the gas that is underneath Campi flegrei is extremely compressed, and the lava is forcing its way to the top, which is what's creating these earthquakes. It's that sudden movement of the lava being able to find a pocket here,
in half a mile, use the left 2 lanes to take the exit towards Plymouth Road.
There's around 500,000 people living in Campi flegrei and the surrounding area. Campi flegrei is not the only danger in that area, believe it or not. If a super volcano wasn't enough, it isn't the only danger in that area. So to evacuate 500,000 people plus, because it wouldn't just affect them people, it would affect the whole area, they would kind of need to be accurate, I would say, within about 3 months, and be precisely accurate. It's going off on this day, in 3 months time, let's start moving everyone miles away, because they don't just have to get outside the border, they have to really get away from this super volcano. And it just seems impossible. If this thing goes off, it's going to be the biggest loss of life in a single event in recorded history ever. It's going to be devastating. I can't think, you know, that part of the world, Pompeii, hit with a huge volcano, and they've still got models of the people in the position that they passed away in, burn into position from the heat of the ash, solidified in position. They have models of people from Pompeii, and not just the models, they have the people as well, but the models have been put on display. The actual people are obviously put away in storage and kept and sort of being respected, I guess, and just kind of fascinating. See how people so long ago, kind of where they were, what they were doing when they passed away, and the heat it must have taken to literally solidify these people in place. We're talking thousands of degrees Celsius. Thousands, guys, not hundreds, thousands of degrees Celsius. And I've been quiet about Campi flegrei because it didn't happen in 2025, and I was wrong with that. But I can't see a future where the catalyst doesn't happen. Something's going to happen, and I hope and I pray that it isn't Campi flegrei. But the earthquakes are getting bigger, they're getting more dangerous. The government there are absolutely terrified. The people there are starting to really realise something is wrong. That where they're living and where they have lived safely and peacefully for so many years could just be about to completely turn. And we always like to think that can't happen, that can't happen, that won't happen. It can't happen, it's not in reality, it doesn't happen, things like that. It does. We live on a rock floating around in the middle of space. Now this soul, this beautiful soul, Gaia, runs in cycles, just like nature, just like us. We all run in cycles, and unfortunately some of them cycles can look super destructive, because to bring in the new, sometimes you have to get rid of the old. Now I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that part of the world, or that place needs to be blown up to regenerate. But what we have to understand, because I've been asked, how could a super volcano erupting in Italy help the rest of the world kind of get their shit together? How could that be? Well, it's very, very simple. When you're on a boat that isn't sinking and you're bored, there's not a lot to do, and you're around a load of people, you can get a bit agitated, can't you? This is boring, you're taking up too much space, you're farting too much, your breathing's annoying me, you snore. You start getting really annoyed because there's nothing going on. You start not appreciating the beauty of where you are, of the trip that you're doing, of the journey, that journey that you've undertaken. You lose the beauty of it. You might start becoming aggressive, you might start becoming angry, like we have as a society. But now there's a hole in the boat and your boat is sinking. Everything changes. There's no time for arguments. There's no time to worry about that person's farting or snoring. We need to survive now. Something terrible's just happened. You come together as a unit. Then, as human beings do, you survive, you overcome, you adapt, you get through that challenge. All of a sudden, you're back to feeling glorious. You're back to appreciating the boat you're on. You're back to appreciating your other crew members who helped save your life, who were there to help you through that hard time. All of a sudden, that whiny trip where you're all moaning and bored, you're now like, yes, the boat's okay, we're safe, we fixed it, oh my God, we're going to make it, we're going to live, we're going to survive. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you all. You can snore as loud as you want, you can fart as many times as you want. I don't care, because I just love the fact that we're alive and we survived. Now, blow that up to a global scale, and you have what would happen if Campi flegrei went off right now. So I'm just going to leave you to think about that for a bit. Please go look it up yourself, what's happening with Campi flegrei. If you're interested, don't just take my word for it. Please go do all your own research. All I can do is share what I've seen in visions and what I feel in my heart and what God leads me to share on these channels. I don't just want to go and make content for the sake of it anymore. I want there to be, you know, either something fun, something enjoyable, or a genuine message that I feel the people need to hear. On that note, take it with a pinch of salt, or you can take it completely to your heart. I don't mind. I'll love you anyway. Take care for now. See you soon.